Hey folks, Species 7 here, welcome back to the channel. Glad you could join all us Grazies here on Grazyland. And I'm just picking up a little bit of the straw. We're almost done with this particular chore. All of the fields have now been harvested. Well, except for the corn. Now, up till this point, on this map and most of the others we've been running, I've actually been using the Green Direct mod, which allows you to harvest corn. Well, pretty much harvest corn for chaff. Let's make that clear. You can harvest corn for chaff well before it's ready for harvesting as corn, like an entire day before. However, because of the soil mod and not being 100% sure, as the mod author stated, of what other particular scripts it will or will not conflict with, I've been trying to kind of go easy on it, and so yeah, I have not loaded the direct green. So that means that our corn won't actually be ready for silage until tomorrow. So what we're going to do is spend the entire episode going back and forth picking up straw. No, actually we're not. I have distributed the straw to the animal farm, so everybody out there is doing fine. I have packed as much of it around our farm here as I possibly can, so now it's just a matter of getting it off the field and stocking it up. So I have been thinking about how we will approach this whole soil mod thing, and the one thing we sort of got to keep in mind is how the crops work when you have the soil mod in. And they basically work like that night growth mod. In fact, I guess it's sort of incorporated via script into the soil mod. And that is that any changes, any sort of growth, etc. that we are going to experience happen starting at midnight and run for a couple of hours, and then it's all done. So, a little bit different, that's for sure. But it also means that the fields that we are doing right now, as you can see, they still show up exactly as they did when we first started, when they had a crop on them, except for the soil moisture. I believe it was 57% when we started. Without any crop to remain or to retain moisture, it has dropped down to, well, as you can see, down into the low 40s. So, but other than that, there's no change in pH, nutrient, etc. For that to occur, I believe we've got to go forward a day. So, because all of that stuff will roll over at midnight, right? However, I don't really want to go over a day until everything's taken care of today. Now, I have been using the scales, but I do not weigh the straw, as I've told you guys before, so there we go. And if you don't stop, it won't add the weight. So, we are at, as you can see, just over 700 ton of crop now. So, yeah, we haven't been cheap with it. No, sir. Oops. I'm on the other end of the farm from where I thought I was. What do you know? There's a shocker. Hoo-hoo. So yeah, everybody that requires straw now has straw. Unfortunately, that's about all anybody has. And what is going to become very, very important to us very quickly in this particular playthrough is just how much poop our critters create, because critter poop is going to be like gold on this map. Lovely, lovely brown gold. Yeah, I'm kind of disgusted too. So, toward that end, I do think it's rather important that we get as much goodies and goodnesses to our critters as we possibly can. So, let's take a break from this straw gathering goodness. Oof. You can see the tractor's been through it. Yes, indeed. You can't say I haven't been using this gear. She is getting pretty filthy. We do have a cleaning station, however. So how are we doing here? Oh, 1 liter shy of 400,000. You could have probably blew down the sidewalk when we were dumping. Oh well. So, first thing I think that we want to take up there is water. Because, well, it's something they're all going to require. Whereas things like the grain and the earth fruit, not all of them use, just most of them. But we will end up having to take it all up there. So, anyway, as to the plan with the soil mod, and this is still all part of that, by the way, because like I said, we are going to need, big time, as much fertilizer as we can get. Because I do believe the only way you can get the actual peak numbers, like you can do well enough to get good crop, but if you want the absolute peak, I believe plowed in manure. Okay, that's not going to work because it's the wrong end of the trailer, you whack job. I believe to get the very peak in numbers, you have to use manure, and it must be plowed. So, yeah. Not my favorite pastime, not yours, but we are going to deal with it. So, with that in mind, and how much extra work this is, I think to try and get ourselves a habit of how it works and get a good grip on it. That seemed like a good idea to park these side by side at the time. I'm thinking we'll do field 7. It's small and should be fairly easy to manage. Like, it's not going to take us, an hour and a half to do each stage type of thing. Which is going to be important because there's a heck of a lot more to it than just your normal, cultivate, well, if you're not using a seeder that cultivates and plant and harvest. So here's a new mod. This is part of the Universal Process Kit, and I happen to know from someone else's play that this actually works without being full of errors and goofiness. Oh good, the green light is on, so we do actually have some water. This greenness over here, these are actually solar panels, and that's what powers the water pump. So when you plant it, it's empty, and it takes a period of time to fill up. As you can see, it's only at 28% now with 55,000 liters. So, however, that's not the real concern. I knew there was some water in it. So, but I thought, I know there is water at the animal farm, but, and again, anything UPK, as soon as you pull up to it, it will start filling. You don't need to press R or Q or T or Z or Control-Alt-Delete. None of those sort of things. You just pull up and fill up. And of course it's free, because it's made with sunlight. And I don't mean the dishwashing detergent. Alrighty. I do like this little modded Zunheimer, and again, it's seems a very stable mod. I've seen it used on a number of Let's Plays without any sort of issue. Alright, so that's the first thing we need to do, is haul this up. And we are going, if anybody's interested, all the way up by field 21 where you see the big pink thing. Well, that big pink thing happens to be a piggy. So, we do have water up there, but there's no point driving all the way if we are empty, is there? I guess now that I have the lights turned off, I can do things like that. Oh, they reset every time. I forgot about that. I turned it off when I first started the map, and oh, you buggers. Yeah, I turned it off when I first started the map, and then I completely forgot that unfortunately it does reset every single time. Duh. Alright. That's a little bit of a pain. Well, I will hopefully remember that for the next time. Although there's certainly no guarantees. So all my gear needs washed. That's why I'm not sitting in the tractor. Well, this one's alright. Okay, cool. I thought the windshield would be just as filthy. The ones on the cats are just horrible. You can barely see out the front, but then they have been getting a pretty good workout. Or the JCBs, sorry. I don't know why I call them cat. They aren't. Alright, now. So who shall we start with? Well, I hate to pick sides, but those who produce the poop get the juice. So we'll start here. I believe this is the Pigitarium. Whoops. Nicely done. Dry much? Apparently not. There we go. Refill water. Milk water trailer empty. Oh, I see. Okay, no, I don't want to empty the trailer. Thanks anyways. I just as soon use the refill. Alrighty. Ooh, look at them wheels wiggle. Wiggle wheels. I've got wiggle wheels. Alright, that's that one. Yes, I even dumped straw in the mixing machine up here. I might have even put some in that silo. I don't know. Water. Where do you guys take your water? Ah, way the heck around back. Okay. However, it seems to me somewhere around here, and I always miss one. But there are. Gotta find the other fattening station. These trees drive me nuts. There's just too much of it going on, you know. Ah, where are you going? I thought you curved around. You fooled me. There we go. Alright, so we did this guy. This is the piggies. Right? Right. Okay. Cows we have to do separate, but where the heck is that third one? There it is. Yeah. I often forget about this and have to come back for it. So, unfortunately, it sometimes ends up getting the sort of tailings of everybody else's stuff. Alright, refill water. And I'm doing the cows last because they seem to have an almost unlimited capacity for everything. And watch the little red ball. Done. Okay. Well, that's half our tank is gone. There's a little biodiesel. I wonder where the other water station is up here. Oh well. Well, let us putter about and find these guys. The cows. Oh, these are the sheep. Oh, well, I guess we gotta be nice to the sheep too, don't we? There you go, girls. Hopefully they won't take it all. They didn't. Nice. So, one left. And we will not end up filling them, but we should be able to give them a good portion anyway. I just noticed that has a light on it as well. That's different. I wonder what that's point of that is. Well, that road didn't go nearly where I wanted it to. It's a big shock, eh? Alright, so everybody except the main cows. So let's go do them. Is that the water one? Nope, that's the poop. Doopity-doop. We gotta actually get into their field. Hello, ladies. How's the milk coming? It's not really what I want right now, but get outside the trigger. Where is your water trough? I have forgotten. I am that dumb. Okay, here we are. And boink. And give them the rest, because they certainly will take the rest. Alright, now I think the only ones, there we go, that have not received any water are our chickens. And since they happen to be back on the farm, I guess we can go. Now we also need to bring grain and earth fruits up here. We have lots of each, however. So yeah, I think we'll start with field 7, and we will see what it takes to get it tuned up, and then repeat the process across the larger fields as we go. Whoa, oh well. We'll just cut through here. Because, let me tell you something. The 2900 or whatever that the cows currently have, and the little tiny bits that the rest of the critters have, yeah, that ain't gonna do it, guys. That is not gonna do it, let me tell you. But at least the water is a start. That'll crank the production levels up a couple of percentages. Of course, it's not milk, wool, or eggs I'm looking for, but it should push all production up, I'm hoping. That's my theory. Okay. So, and there's the last field we did that was all full of canola. And we actually got a fair chunk. I said 700 something ton of crop. And in we go. Whee! There we are. Don't need to go across the scales. We'll grab a little more water and feed up the chickens. Now I am going to knock a few of the trees down here in the farm. That's why I did buy a Brooks, or however you would like to say it. But I don't think I'll go quite as cuckoo as I did on the last one. I think I took out pretty much every tree. Alright, we'll fill this back up. We'll distribute the 2.5 cups of water the chickens require, and that'll be that portion of that done. Then we'll have to switch out the water trailer for a suitable tipper. Maybe run a load of potatoes up the hill. Because, yeah, until, unfortunately, until I can roll the clock back to the next day, there we go, I don't really want to proceed with messing with the crops anymore, i.e. getting the fields tuned up. But, I don't particularly just want to advance the day, because I get a feeling that as they are in the last stage of blue, that by the time light came up again, i.e. 5, 6 in the morning, well, we might end up with a whole field of moldy corn, and that is not a risk I'm willing to take at this point. There we go. Let's refill their water. Ooh, just over 500 liters. I guess that's a fair chunk of water, though, eh? 500 liters of water? Sure. Now, is it this? No, it's the other side. Of course, it's the other side. Hello, the big barn full of chickens. That's an awful big facility for the little bit of bird that's wandering around in there, you know? It's like this thing. What the heck am I going to do with this big glass and wood building? Man, something you'd hold concerts in, you know? And let's refill this guy. Boom, done. Alright. Well, I do feel like we have accomplished something here. I do indeed. So, let's get this guy put away. I've got the big Grimmy out here because it badly needs a washing. And since that happens to be where our pressure washer is, or power washer, I guess you'd call it. That's where I left that guy. And I'm going to park this guy up by the water tank. Good. Next thing next, I think we'll grab the other tractor. And yeah, I know, with all the sheds I have for tractors, you think we'd use them. So this guy is also the Taurus, but this is the big puppy. This is the 600 something horse. So, pretty nice, eh? And is just a slightly embiggened version of the Sprint, which is the other one we're running there, the black one. Don't remember what this one's called. I suppose we can have a look, couldn't we? Nice set of tractors, though, guys. Really, really nice set of tractors. Alright, so we have the Sprint, that's 420 horse. The Taurus, there we go, 660 horsepower. And only 120 bucks a day. So not bad. A little bit of an investment initially. As you can see there, I'm not cheap, but the Flegel, no, I think I want the bigger trailer if we're going to take a load up there. We're going to take a load up there. So, which way are you parked? Alright. Snouty side up this way. Nicely done. Oh, I think I just dropped my weight. Ah, the camera in this barn. There. It just keeps bobbing in and out, but would not go to where I needed it to be. Okay, so we want... well, I guess we'll start by taking some potatoes up there. And what we don't use, we can of course store. So, that's the plan, guys. But it's, in all honesty, pretty much the same thing I just did with the water. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to wind my way over there. Again, I could have taken a more efficient route. There we go. And pick us up some potatoes. And then I'm going to run back out to the animal farm. And I should have just gone around the outside. That's okay. We can go through the middle. There's our big pile of potatoes. There we go. Alright, so I think I'm going to call her there, guys. Like I said, I'm going to run this up to the animal farm, and then I will run a load of grain. And next time around, we should be ready to, well, certainly tackle the corn, and then start figuring out how we will treat Field 7 and get it back from whatever state it lies in after a night of growth cycle to the perfect 4, 5, and 50-something% water that we had when we started. But till then, this has been Species 7. Please hit that like button, guys. It really helps out the channel. Feel free to share the videos. Love it if you would subscribe. Till next time, take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now.